Welcome to the third and final video on time management. So today we're going to do two things. One is we're going to optimize things that we already spoken about. So we're going to see, okay, that perfect day, how are we going to work towards that? We identify those actions. Now we're going to optimize them. And the second part is I'll get a little bit more specific about the things you guys brought up, so you can easily implement it and make some very quick changes into your daily routines. Now, in the first slide, like I said, is we're gonna optimize. And how are we gonna do that? There are three important parts for optimization, which is planning ahead, creating the right intent or the right focus to do the things, and reflect. And when we go through them step by step, the first one, of course, it starts with planning. Planning is a wonderful tool. Everybody knows the saying, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. So it just shows the importance of planning your stuff ahead. But there's one important factor most people tend to forget, and that is planning only works if you are congruent, if you have integrity, if you are committed. Because everybody can write down things that sound really good, really great, but let's be honest, we all did that a few times in our life and we didn't follow through with the planning. So planning alone doesn't work. Now, the commitment or the integrity, it's one of the core values of high performance coaching. If you honor your word, things will tend to go more smoothly in every area of your life. Just imagine when you say to your wife, yes, I'm going to take out the trash, and you don't do it, she's upset. And she should be, because you made a promise and you didn't keep it. The same thing goes with the planning. If you lie to yourself, things tend to break down in every area of your life. So that's my first request for you is have some integrity, be congruent, and follow through on your own planning. And then we come to the second part, which is intent. Intent is super important to be efficient. We can do all the right actions, but if we are distracted, if we are not focused, they tend to fall short. They won't make a big difference. For example, when we do a workout and your intent is, okay, I'll just get this done really quick, don't want to sweat too much because afterwards I still have to be somewhere, the results will be suboptimal at best. Probably will be very little results, but it's still better than nothing. Now, if you handle that same workout with, okay, every repetition, I'm going to feel my muscle. Every set, I'm going to go to failure or almost failure. I'm going to work as hard as I can. Then you're going to get a very different result. And the same thing is in your business, in your nutrition, in your relationship. It's everything has to do with intent. Now, how can we shift? It's very simple. You just have to create a powerful inner stance. If you come from a position like, I am worthless, I don't have time, I've always done it this way, I can change, you are setting yourself up to fail. If you come from the position of, okay, I have what it takes, I am strong, I take care of my body, I am focused, those things, they will drive you, they will fuel you, and they will help you to stay focused. They will help you to get more powerful results. Now, this is a very, very short example of inner stance. In our coaching programs, we go a lot deeper with this because it is so important. But for now, this will have to do. Then we come to the third part, and the third part is reflection. So what we see, high performers, they tend to reflect 65% more than average or low performers. So what that actually means is they slow down in order to go faster, to go higher. And we do the same thing in the coaching program is we do a weekly reflection. So what I ask my clients are a few things. It's like, what are the wins of this week? What went well? What went wrong or what could go better? And what are some obstacles that are ahead of you? So most of the time, we see this with nutrition coaching is what went well. Okay, I followed the schedule. I did my workouts. I made better choices. I drank my water, all that stuff. Great. And why do we do that? Is we want to focus on the positive. We want to get that momentum going. Okay, this is going good. Make sure we continue it. The second thing that we ask is what didn't go as planned, because we want to identify where the leaks are. If we see some things that are consistently not going as planned, we need to change it. We probably need to simplify it, or we just need to change the whole plan together in order to create momentum, to create that success. And then the third part is, where are the obstacles? It shows you, it takes you back to the first one, to planning. So it shows you what lies ahead in order so you can plan for it. And it just goes hand in hand with the first thing. If you don't have integrity, don't have commitment, this will not work. But if you know, next Saturday, I'm having a dinner party, but my goal is to lose 10 kilograms of fat, you're going to prepare for that dinner party. It's an external circumstance. Yes, it has influence on my behavior, on the goal, but I will do my absolute best to stay within the guidelines of the program, because that is my goal, that is my commitment, and I have integrity on my word. So when we have those three things, tend to work out pretty well. We don't waste time, and we're just very efficient at what we do. Now, as you can see, there is one more item here, which says, where are you leaking? Where are you leaking? What does that mean? For example, if we have a power outlet, we have a phone charger, and we plug it in, it's useful when we plug it into our phone as well, because then the phone gets charged. But as soon as we take the phone out and we leave the charger in, it starts leaking energy. It still drains electricity from the outlet, but it doesn't go anywhere. So it just pumps up your bill and it doesn't help you at all. And those things are the same with your energy in your daily life. And another word for this is open loops, so unfinished business. What I mean by that is, for example, if you need to go to the grocery store, you plan, okay, on Tuesday, grocery store, and you don't do it, in the evening, in your head, you will be going, oh man, I forgot to go to the store. Now I have to go tomorrow. I have to rearrange my schedule. Oh, I also need to buy this, this, and this because I didn't prepare or I didn't get it today. So you start to lose focus, lose energy. And if we have enough open loops going, it will start to drain your whole day. So you'll really see a decrease in vitality and focus. And that's why it's so important in the reflection, look at where you are leaking energy. What are things that you are not doing that you should be doing? From there, we can, again, get it through the filter. We can say, we're going to drop it, we're going to do it, or we're going to delegate it. And we start adjusting it again. Now, for the last slides, we got some tips. So the biggest tip I can give you is combine the quadrants. As you know, we work on 4 quadrants: body, being, balance, business. So now if we look, most people think, okay, I got to work on my body, so I have to make time to work out. Yes, but how can you combine it with something else? For example, if you want to combine it with balance, with the relationship that you have, you can do a workout together. Or maybe you can combine it with your business. You can take your bike to work. Whatever it is, make sure you can combine stuff together. Another example would be align your being, so your legacy, with your business. If you are passionate about what you do, about the legacy that you leave, then you will work on 2 areas in one action. So it will again save you a lot of time. So look where you can combine the quadrants. And then another part which popped up in the chat here is use transition time. If you have to travel to work and you're losing 2-3 hours a day, it just wasted time. So what can you do to make that time more valuable? For example, you can listen to podcasts, so you can learn, you can improve, you can communicate. Maybe there are still phone calls you need to make or people that you need to speak to. So you can just dial the number, let the car ring the person, and you're using your time more useful. You're making your time more useful. And of course, use it to create a proper inner stance. So if you are driving to work, make sure you are there with the right intent, that you are there like a powerful person, a powerful inner sense, so you will get more done. And I think the transition time is very important, because a lot of times when people get home, they're still stressed from work and they take that stress into their relationship. But if you use a transition time to create the necessary or the most appropriate inner stance, like a caring husband, a loving father, you will come home as a very different person. So very, very useful tool. Use the transition time. One touch approach is another thing that I always go over with my clients, is don't open an email and then say, oh, I'll answer this later. No, when you open an email, make sure you answer it and you send it, because else again, it's an open loop. It's draining energy. One touch approach just means, okay, whatever I do or whatever I start, I'm not gonna stop before I finish this or the part that I agreed upon. So don't go back, rework things, redo things, just one touch approach. And then the final part, the final tip I can give you, routine is your best friend. And what I mean by that is it just takes all the thinking away. If you plan ahead, you create a routine, you can just go through your day, make sure you set up the habits and the routines that work for you and stick to your plan. It's very simple, because you already decided this is what needs to happen in order to be efficient, in order for it to work. All I have to do is follow through. And that routine, that will carry you along the way. Now, if you have something more specific or something you want to go over with me, just leave a comment here, shoot me a DM, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But I already hope this helps you in your quest for creating more time for yourself. And if I can help, just let me know.